You guys know I had to talk about it. Boxing's becoming, I don't know, it's like comedy these days. This dude, drawn in his boots, him and his daddy, they were plotting in the background, scheming, talking about we're loyal to these people, been on this long drought and everything, just talking crap about Terrence Crawford. Basically, their whole game plan is to ride the coattails of Terrence Bud Crawford. And it's funny watching these Boots fans just, I don't know. It was just like watching the Errol Spence fans and everybody else. You guys were literally just trip and fall on each other, man. Now he's over here fighting David Avanesyan, man. You ducked Bud. You could have been fought Bud. But you guys instead went about this plan to steal his belt. You know what I'm saying? His daddy and Boots, they can't get their story straight to save their lives. And at the end of the day, here we are. You're fighting David Avanesyan now. I just don't know what to say, guys. I really don't. Boxing. This is why I don't even waste my time on boxing. They don't even try anymore, guys. They really don't. Like... Oh, they don't even try it. They don't even try anymore, man. Like, they don't put no effort into any kind of, oh, man. It's just pure comedy today, you know? The sad part about this is what you guys said about Bud actually is more of a reality for Gerard in his Boots. Boots gets hit a lot, guys, and he does a lot of Tony Hawk goofy stuff. Avanesyan, he's a guy who stays pretty squared up, things like that. He lands some awkward shots too. What was it? George Sosa, he was pretty squared up when he landed just like a 1-2 on Boots. And we all saw what he did to Boots. So this could possibly just, I don't know, guys. You know, we seen what happened with Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. Everybody was expecting Devin Haney to basically win. If you guys go on my live, man, I told you guys I ain't putting my money on that fight. So, you know, my prediction was Devin Haney. But styles do make fights, and I don't know, man. I just had an off feeling about that fight. For this one, Gerard in his Boots should win. You know, you're beating a guy, I believe he had one fight since getting knocked out by Terrence Crawford. I don't know, I'd have to look that up. But I thought I saw him fight, I think it was in the UK or something. But I could be wrong on that. You guys can check me in the comments section. But this could maybe potentially spell disaster for Gerard in his Boots. And then we have this, we got another clown, you know, that people try to boost up and take seriously. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. I haven't been watching anything on this, the build-up or nothing. I don't really care. They say that Gervonta Tank Davis is a star, this and that, and whatever else. I don't know, man. I don't think him or Boots really got a personality, nor are they really polarizing to really sell fights. I find both guys to be boring, you know what I'm saying? With Bud, I can at least watch him get mad, and maybe he'll, you know, talk about he's going to beat dude's butt and whatever else. But with those guys tanking him, you know, you had what was that one clown's name? I already forgot dude's name, man. Rolly. Rolly was the guy that was selling that fight. So, I mean, I don't know. Frank Martin, he seems to be a pretty down-to-earth, humble guy. You know what I'm saying? I've not been hearing too many buzz on this. And, you know, supposedly Tank is needing to run and stuff like we saw with Errol Spence and whatever else. We know that these guys aren't the most disciplined fighters out there. We know they get in all kinds of trouble, you know. This could spell a little bit of disaster as well. Unless Frank Martin again, because I know in today's boxing, they make fighters go this far, dude. Take dives and lay down and everything else. Don't try to knock me out. You know, they go this far today. Guys like Canelo. And it would not surprise me if Frank lays down, but if he doesn't, it should be a pretty good, decent scrap. I do have Tank Davis. I'm sure Frank Martin and them watch film. We all know that Tank starts off slow. He's just like Canelo. You're not going to get much output, you know what I'm saying? And he tries to later on in the fight land, you know, a one-punch KO or whatever else. We haven't really seen him in real fights where, you know, he's up against a real threat. This is what I keep telling people, and you guys crown these people so early on, you know. And it's not just a specific race of fight fans. You all do the same thing. I put you all in the same book. Before these dudes are even proven, you know, they're already all-time greats. They're already the best. You know, they can do no wrong. They're, you know, the greatest thing since sliced bread. Let's compare them to Ali while we're at it. You know what I'm saying? It's always the same formula. It's always the same careful selective matchmaking. Again, if Frank Martin ain't in there to lay down, I mean, it should be a decent scrap. If it's on pay-per-view, I mean, I'm sorry. I can't spend my money on that one, guys. I can't. So, yeah. And again, if I'm busy, I doubt I'll even stream it. I know the highlights and everything else will be, you know, available. Like majority of these fights these days, it's the only way they can kind of muster up any kind of, you know, interest in the sport today. Because I know these numbers, viewership, and everything else is not what these guys are saying it is. You know, I know they're losing a lot of money in the sport of boxing, especially some of the bigger name guys like Canelo. I don't think a lot of these people really, their investments really returning. We've heard this with all manner of fighters, whether it's Canelo or whoever else. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're pulling some kind of Al Heyman type deal where you're, you know, you're giving these guys stipends or whatever else. I did see the highlights to Deontay Wilder and what's his name. Deontay Wilder, I don't know what it is. It looks like he just does not have that same explosiveness. He basically doesn't have his right hand, therefore he's done. But also, you're not, you know, living off of careful selective matchmaking as well. You're fighting guys that are in there not to lay down. Again, we literally seen, you know, dudes take dives against Wilder. This is what I'm saying. Boxing doesn't even try to mask this stuff today. And at this such late stage of his career, you're finally stepping up in competition. And again, your right hand really isn't a factor. You know, I don't know. Maybe Wilder's just collecting a couple more checks. I'm not going to talk on his personal business. Of course, we got Crawford versus Matt, what's his name, coming up as well. I haven't seen too much promotional material for that. I saw that Bud's training hard, but Bud always trains hard, and he trains hard year-round. He's always training with guys year-round, giving them tips and everything else. You know, he's not only a fighter, but he's a guy that really puts back into the sport of boxing. So that's something that I always admired about Terrence Crawford. As far as Usyk, I will say this: my candidates for fighter of the decade are either Terrence Crawford or Usyk. It's got to be one of those two guys, period. I'm not going to sit here and debate with people on who deserves what. I really don't care about doing that right now. But I'm sorry, guys like Canelo, you're disqualified, period. You're a drug cheat. Again, you're the most assisted fighter. You done lost. You're so shook to the point now where he's scared to even fight a real challenge against since Bivol. This dude has like PTSD. Again, who else can we really throw into that conversation, you know, in the past decade? I'm sure they'll throw in a Nui. You know, you got to have your representation and diversity today, you know, and, you know, you got to play your politics, put your politics behind it. But it's really between Terrence Crawford and Usyk, you know. Like I said, I'm not going to get into too many details about that. And what is it, 2024? It's got to be between those two guys. We still got, what, 6 years? But those are my two picks. I'm sorry, you know. And if you want to be realistic, I mean, I don't know, man. It's between those two guys. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it there. But I thought I'd come with a quick boxing video. Maybe go on another month or two hiatus from the sport of boxing again. I'll watch my highlights, and if I feel like even talking about this stuff, I'll come out with a video on it, guys. But like I said, man, these dudes, they don't even be trying to mask their nonsense today, man. Jerron in his boots is over here fighting David Avanesyan, man. And like I said, him and his father, they don't have their story straight, never have. We've done videos on this. We included video footage and everything else, and why I feel the way I feel about the whole situation. You know, it's sad, man. It's sad. And I think, well, I can't remember what Boots' last fight was, but Avanesyan might have been more active than Boots at this point. But I've been off the sport, so I haven't really been paying too much attention to detail. Of course, my attention's been elsewhere. But this is just for you guys who do come on this channel, you know, for the boxing content. Here's a little something for you. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.